What's up, friends? Welcome to I'm Woke. I'm your host, Stormie Calder, and in today's video, I'm going to take you guys through a channeled message in the Akashic Records on what is the rainbow light body and anything the Akashic Records want to share about the rainbow light body. I have been working with my rainbow light body for years in meditation through my ascension work. And I haven't channeled that much on it, but I do understand its importance and I can feel it with me. So I figured I would open up the channel, open up the room. I was going to sit down and channel for myself. And I'm like, let's get on video so all the people can hear it too. So we're here for it. If you're new, I'm a psychic medium, a channel, a shaman, and a high performance coach. And if you like personal development, spiritual development, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Please like this video and drop a comment below. Let me know what resonates. And also on the topic of this, before we dive into too much, I do have a mini course training from the 1111 portal. It's called the Yeti Code, where we anchor the rainbow light body into the physical light body. It's really, really magical. It's an entire course and program um, with energy work and an ascension activation so that you can raise your frequency to the rainbow light body and then carry that rainbow light body with you, which is very magical. There's a promo code at checkout for you there as well. And also, the Joyride meditations officially start tomorrow, although you can enroll whenever you'd like. I'm going to be dropping a new meditation every day for 30 days starting on December 1st. And I'm very, very excited about that as well. You can find more details in the description below. That is really great if you want to develop a meditation habit and you want to focus on joy and get your ass through the holidays in a way that is going to feel light and playful, and being able to manifest in the highest frequency of light because joy is one of the highest vibrational frequencies and emotions. So that's what we've got there. Okay, I selected the tie-dye rainbow t-shirt for the rainbow light body. I thought that was appropriate. So I think I'm just gonna kind of meditate for a moment in the Akashic Records and we'll jump right into the channel. The channel. Okay. They're asking me to take you guys right into the rainbow light. So let's just do that and then I'll unpack the messaging because you'll receive the transmission of rainbow light. And I think I've got a lot to say in general, and then whatever the Akashic Records want to bring through me. So if you just get comfortably seated, whether you're sitting on the floor like me, easy pose, legs crossed, or in a chair, close the windows of your eyes, settle in on your time. Just feel yourself relax to the point where I want you to, as you're breathing deeply and slowly deepening your breath, bring your attention to your crown at the very top of your head and just scan down your body as you move your attention from your crown all the way down each strand of hair, down over your forehead and your eyes. And as you're scanning your body, you're going to relax every cell and every muscle. Just say relax. Move down over your nose and your lips, your neck. Consciously relax your shoulders. You can roll your neck and release any tension. Your upper arms, upper back, your chest, consciously relaxing your stomach and your belly, the middle of your back, your arms, gently resting your hands, the back of your hands on your knees, scanning down and relaxing your pelvic area, your upper legs, your knees, going all the way down your legs to your feet, and all of your toes. And then just set a nice grounding cord from the base of your root chakra, the base of your pelvic area, down to the center of Earth's core. It could be a pretty simple hollow grounding cord. And now I'm going to call in the field of the rainbow frequency of light. So this is one of the highest vibrational frequencies of light. It's the full spectrum of light. It's like all light working together. And you're just going to see a column of light. It's about 5 to 6 feet in diameter, coming down towards your body from the cosmos, from your higher self, from a star up in the ether somewhere. And you're going to see this column that as it gets closer to your body, and you could see it kind of move around your body and fill in the space around your body, see it as a shimmery, vibrant, rainbow lights. So the way it's showing itself to me is lots of different sparkles of different colors. And I'm seeing like almost blocks of colors coming down around my body. It is a plasma light. Plasma is the highest frequency of matter, I believe. Um, and I just want you to focus on two things. Keep deepening your breath. Hold your breath at a slow pace because you're syncing your auric field with the vibration of the rainbow light as you deepen your breath. And two, consciously focus on the plasma in between your body and your auric field that has this like rainbow blocks, rainbow colors, rainbow sparkles, and bring your attention to the different colors you can see, kind of using your awareness to surround your body with this light. And then visualize that column of rainbow light going all the way down to the center of Earth's core. And I'm going to give you guys a moment in here just to breathe and inhale this frequency. This is an attunement and an adjustment, and it's bringing you in alignment with this sort of light. They're also showing me, I don't know what you guys are seeing in your visualizations, but they're showing me like particles in the column that are communicating to you almost like little animated organisms is like how it's being shown to me. Like there's I'm seeing them go down my field and they're like, "Hey!" Like they're really excited. And now they're showing me now as well. They're doing your higher self and your Akashic records are doing a really gentle cleanup on your main 8 chakra system. Like a really, really gentle realignment, just removing any debris. And they're telling me bring your sparkle back. It's a funny thing for spirit to say, but that's what they're saying. Okay, when you're ready, you can kind of anchor into your sit bones, wiggle around your fingers or your toes. You can shift your hips back and forth, roll your shoulders, and bring your attention, your awareness into the room, consciously acknowledging the 4 corners of the room and acknowledging the box that you're in in the room, if that makes sense. It's just feeling the container of where you are. And then on your time, you can open your eyes back up. So that's a really quick rainbow light activation. Um, Attuning yourself to the rainbow light frequency. And I'm going to kind of just dive into some of my knowledge and I'm going to tap back and forth with the Akashic Records to fill in what would be fun to share with you guys about the rainbow light body. So, what I'm going to start out with first is context. Um, The way our how do I explain light bodies? So there's the body, right? The physical matter body, and then there's the light body, which is typically described as the astral body. It's like how our higher selves tether our spirit into our physical body. So our higher selves, our higher powers, the oversoul, there's a whole hierarchy of the soul, right? Um, holds a lot of light and a lot of information. And part of being human is forgetting. Because the soul at its vast, huge light level can't be held in the body. A small portion can be held in the body. So that small portion is held in our, I'll put it in quotes, our light body or our astral body. The astral body is tethered into the physical body. Um, when people die, when their astral body leaves, that's when the body actually dies. If the astral body is present in the body, there is no death. So, like, the astral body is what's giving the energy, the energetics, the soul to the human form, to give you guys an example. Um, now, how do I want to go through this? Let's see. There are many different vibrational frequencies or types of light bodies, okay? So, those of you that resonate with star seed anything, if you believe you're a star seed, most of us are, especially the ones that are doing spiritual work, are star seeds, which just means that your soul was likely selected from the multiverse to come manifest into humanity in order to help raise the vibrational frequency of the planet to help it remember um, all of the vast experience our souls have across the universe and across the multiverse. Um, star seeds tend to select coming into bodies with a higher light body form, a higher vibrational form. I don't know what the regular light body is. I guess I would just call it the astral body, like the normies and the muggles have a normal astral body. I don't know. But I'm sure you guys have heard of this. I'm gonna start going through it. So there are different vibrations of light, and it has to do with our star lineage and how much of our soul we were able to anchor into this human incarnation. That's part 1. Part 2 is our spiritual mission, what our mission work is or was. Part 3 is what circumstances we chose to be born into, because the higher vibrating light bodies cannot be born into pretty significant trauma. They wouldn't make it out. The higher vibrational light bodies are more sensitive, much, much more sensitive. So I'll go through this shortly, but there's like a really there's a tricky process of this. What I will say is that you can ascend and elevate your light body. So I came in and I'll explain this, but I came in as an indigo light body, and I have since elevated myself into a rainbow light body, which took me a while, but we'll go into it. So you can shift up gears. Um, okay, we'll just leave that at that for now. Let me just check in with the Akashic records if they want to weigh in. They're telling me I don't know if you guys need to hear this, but this is what they're saying, is that it's a tricky territory to talk about the rainbow light body because it hasn't been anchored into the planet yet. Um, so it's not as accessible as the lower light bodies. So I'm describing this because it's fun and because this is just like cool mystery school topic. But it's not common for Earth. It is where we are going. I think the fifth dimensional frequency and the rainbow light body are pretty intertwined. So it's where humanity's going, but we're not there yet. You still can work with these different light bodies and continually elevate your light body. But I'm going to start with the basics. Okay. So here are the basics. We're going to talk about indigos. So I'm sure you guys have heard of them, maybe have self labeled in them. Um, indigo star children. Oh my gosh, I remember the first time I worked at a crystal shop, um, I don't know, my early 20s, and I remember the first time a woman came up to me and she was like, "I'm an indigo," and I was like, "What the hell does that mean?" I was like, You're crazy." I was like, "I don't know what that is, but it's there I don't know." I was reluctantly spiritual and metaphysical when I was younger. Um Anyway, indigos are the system breakers. They're the vibrational frequency of humans that I'm not an indigo anymore because I've raised out, but I'm gonna explain it in terms of me because I was in that frequency for a long time, and it's good. It's like the indigos, we are straddling the 3D muggle reality, like real world stuff, and the ability to break out and raise your frequency and um have a high level of emotional impact in your environment. I'm hearing sirens go off. That's my confirmation. Okay, so indigos tend to self-qualify in terms of thinking like, "Oh, I'm an empath." If you're an empath, you're probably an indigo. Um HSPs, I remember hearing about that when I was much younger, and I self-identified in it, and I used to, like, teach people. I'd be like, "Hey, I'm a highly sensitive person. That means this and this and this. I might take offense to things if you do them this way," or, like not, like, take offense, but I used to try to kinda coach people on how to treat me because I noticed I was hypersensitive, to pretty much everything, and very, very, very empathetic and, like, absorbing people's emotions when I would walk into a room and the whole 9. Um Empaths are the rule breakers. They are the system breakers, the system hackers. They are what would I call them? They're like the Marines. Like, the indigos come in with like some serious, robust energy that is harsh is not the right word, but when we start working with the crystalline light body, it's even lighter. It's like the indigo light body is the first body outside of whatever is normal for humanity that is able to handle the turmoil and the trauma of starting to shift from 5D to or sorry, starting to shift from 3D to 5D. Starting to shift from normal, weird, traumatic human stuff to having an elevated light body, to being highly empathetic, to having many, many spiritual gifts, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, very natural for all of these light body types, but specifically indigos. Um, Indigos tend to be black sheep in their families. Let me think about what else I can scrape up here. It's been a while since I've thought about this. Indigo, indigo, indigo. They manifest quickly. They attract a lot of attention. They attract a lot of negative attention as well. They just attract a lot of attention. They're almost demanding with their attention, but not in a negative sense. It's just like indigos are the first rung of souls that are injected into a normal 3D reality with light. So, like, rainbow children aren't generally speaking around normal parents, like, whatever muggle parents, like, wouldn't be able to handle a rainbow child. Um, the indigo is, like, the first step. So, indigos tend to be in very tumultuous households. Because it's a lower, denser frequency of light, it's able to also deal with matter and also deal with the rule-breaking process that was however many amount of indigos that came onto the planet between the 1960s and more like the 1980s, um, 90s even, that were able to collectively create a network of, like, indigo light on the planet and start to build the hyper emphasis on the stability and importance of empathy and compassion. Okay, I'm gonna ask the Akashic Records if there's anything else they wanna weigh in on indigo people, indigo light bodies, indigo children. It's the first rung of support from the starseed collectives, from, the waves of volunteers. If you guys have heard of Dolores Cannon, she channeled on the waves of volunteers that came to the planet to help raise the vibrational frequency of the planet, because here's the deal with Earth. Okay, it is a free will based system. So when we go blow stuff up, World War II, like we were knocking out atomic bombs like they were candy. Uh, the rest of the universe was highly concerned, because if Earth blows up, if we kill off Earth, it has huge impacts, like a domino effect, across the entire universe and then the multiverse. And because each race of everything that lives across the multiverse lives on this planet, it also affects through time and space every single race ever. So it has a huge impact. So the universe was watching after World War II and was like, "Oh my god, because of the free will laws, we can't just enter the planet as our ET being selves and make changes. They can't do that. It's against cosmic law." There are dire effects for that. But there was a loophole in this. They were like, "But we can do it from the inside out." So the theory is they send a call across the universe and across the multiverse and say, what souls have experience with being human, are willing to be human. Um, Also with that, it's the willingness to take on karma, to come down and be human with the density of being human. It's like a joyride from what I hear. To be debated. But also, you do, because of coming down in density, you do take on a certain amount of karma that you then have to be able to clear up without being over traumatized, essentially. So there are risks, there are high risks, there are also high rewards, and it could be really fun. Um, so there's a call throughout the universe asking for volunteers from star seeds, from souls that had the ability to seed greater amounts of light and awareness and consciousness onto the planet, who would be willing to dumb themselves down, essentially, to come onto the planet and let go of their other duties, jobs across the universe momentarily while we do this. So, that's where there's like a first wave, a second wave, and a third wave. I forget all the specifics of it, but you guys can look up Dolores Cannon. That stuff will be really easy to find. So anyway, with the first and second wave, there are a lot of indigos, a lot of indigo children, a lot of indigo light. It's beginning. It's like the beginning. It's the beginning. It's the fun stuff. I remember hearing from someone when I was 20, they were like 21. They were like, "You're an indigo," and I was like, "What the hell does that mean?" Like, you manifest fast and you're a rebel. And you're spiritual, but you don't always know it. But you don't really fit in because you're so empathic. Did you wanna say hi? Hi. What's going on? I'm doing my live stream. Okay, I will be right back. Give me one moment, my friends. What's up? You good? Do you wanna hang out on stream? Come here. Come here. Okay. Okay, I gotta move you past the maze. All right. Come on. You good? Yeah? Okay. That is all about indigos. Akashic Records, anything else you have there? Okay, we're just gonna move to the next level. So after the indigo children. Okay, baby, I need you to sit down. She's like, "I just wanted to say hi." Yeah, go lie down. Oh, okay, I know what's going on here. Okay, hang on, you guys. Hold on, I'll be right back. Come here. You want gloves? Okay, good girl. Puppy! What up, fam? Um, she came over to me to ask me permission to get on the bed. That's what that was. How sweet of a dog do you have when they recognize your space? Oh, wait, now she's questioning things again. Stay up there, you're fine. Okay, hang on. Is this like divine interference? What do you need? What's going on? What do you need? Can I finish my video? Can you give me a little to finish my video? Here. Oh, what's going on? Okay, hang on, guys. We're gonna try this one more time. Come here. Okay, let's go. Come on. Come. Stay. Part 2. We'll see if she stays. Okay. Crystalline light body, crystal children, crystal everything is the next vibrational frequency. Um, and when we do our ascension work, we are raising through these levels, and you spend a certain amount of time in each level essentially until you master that level. Um, and you follow them sequentially. So the indigos can raise into the crystallines. Uh, there were a lot of children in the 90s, 2000 born into crystalline light structure bodies, crystalline bodies. Um, there were some in the 80s as well. They went to more loving parents that did there was, like, conflict, but there was also love, where a lot of the indigos came from a lot of trauma. Um, crystalline light body. The main core frequency is it is Christ consciousness. It is the unconditional love consciousness. And ironically, the way that it's being shown to me is like a blue crystalline structure. And I say ironically because indigo is blue as well. So I don't know how indigo looks. Indigo just looks a little bit more dense to me, like like indigo, but a dense gas or a dense plasma. The crystalline light looks translucent and blue. That's how it shows up for me. Okay, so let me channel a little bit on this because I know a little bit less about it, but I know that I transitioned myself. I remember being 1 foot into indigo and 1 foot into crystal, and I had half of each running through my fields. And then, I don't know, after years of that, I shifted over to crystalline, which came down to me doing therapy, doing lots of personal development, doing psychic development, psychic healing, psychic clearing, shamanic clearing. Essentially, the more that you heal, the more that you integrate from your healing, the more that you raise your vibrational frequency of your body and of your astral body, the more soul DNA that you can hold and that you can remember of your of your soul experiences in your body and in your actual like mental memory. So those are going to be like past lives, parallel realities, future realities, access to just knowing more about yourself and about others around you, more about the world, more psychic gifts turn on. Um, okay, so Akashic Records, can you tell me a little bit about the crystalline body? It's a hallmark of the typical ascension process. Okay, so explain that a little bit. What you see is what you get. So the crystalline children, and they're not all children, but that's kind of how the language is used. Like at this point, there are crystalline people that are adults. Um, what you see is what you get. They're the honest light workers, transparent. Not that the indigos aren't honest, but the indigos are working through a lot of trauma. So there's a lot of just stuff going on that they're actively working through. They're carrying a lot of darkness and a lot of light. That's what indigos are. It's like the whole mix. The crystallines are very honest. They don't pretend in the way that normal humans do. So they're much more authentic. Um, they are exactly who they're meant to be, and they refuse to be masked. Let me ask, do they wear masks? They wear masks to hide their gifts, but they're not generally wearing masks of shame, generally speaking. They're showing me this, generally speaking, is that I have no shame, like I am who I am, but they do have a bright light and they are softening that light to try to fit into rooms that otherwise won't accept them. They are highly sensitive. They are um, less capable of blending in with normal humans. That means that they understand there's a danger to that, so they don't typically place themselves in big rooms with big trauma or big conflict. These are peacekeepers. Indigos are not peacekeepers, just for you guys to know. Indigos are like, "I'm gonna go ruffle your feathers, and I'm gonna go make sure that you know exactly what I think about you, okay?" No, I don't know, I'm being saucy, but indigos are, your warriors. She's coming back, so I think I'll try to keep this quick then. Come here. Okay, maybe sit next to me. Come here. Okay, let me check in. Akashic Records, what else do we have for crystalline? They're your typical light workers, okay? It's not to say that indigos aren't light workers. Sit. What's going on? Hey, sit. Please. Um, we'll play with this. I would like to shoot this all right now. I'm not entirely sure what to do. Okay, so they're your typical light workers. They are working on the light grids. They're your grid workers, if you guys have heard of that. They're trying to improve the vibrational frequency of the planet overall, as well as the people that are involved with them. They're fairly selfless. Um, they're showing me they're working in a lot of them are kind of typical healers, like working in hospitals, working in doing energy work, whatever. Okay, what do you need? I wanna shoot. I'm sure they wanna hear me. I'm sure they're also, patient with the puppy, but what's going on? She already went for her walk, so I know that, but come here. Well, alright. They're focused on elevating the people around them. They're the real lovers. These are like not that again, not that indigos aren't lovers. Indigos are just also willing to ruffle feathers rather. Crystalline people, generally speaking, just want like a peaceful environment. Okay. Right. Sit. Sit. You're okay. You're okay, baby. She's like, I'm over this. You're too loud. Uh okay, well, thanks for bearing with me. We might finish this on another stream. Let me see if she'll let me go for a couple of minutes here. The crystalline light body is learning how to flow with God, with source. It's less about the systems, it's less about the rules, it's less about the structure of humanity, and it's more about understanding the flow of life, the force of life. It's more about aligning to the authentic frequency of what it is to be a soul in a human body. It is more focused on soul than it is on human. Um, they're saying these are the grid workers. These are the people that are doing selfless service. God, we all do it, right? But they're saying, like, if you do a lot of grid work or you're doing things in the dark, in silence to just help humanity, to increase the vibrational frequency of humanity, to heal humanity, that likely you fall in this category and or your children may. They're telling me they're the welders of humanity. I don't know if I know what that means yet, but let me find out. The welders? Their focus, their spiritual mission is focused on bringing heaven down to earth. So they're bridging the gap between the 5D and the 3D, whereas the indigos are breaking the systems in the 3D, to give you an example. The systems have to break in order to make room, and then what the next process of building is are the crystals, the crystalline. Um, okay, is there anything else we need on crystalline for right now? Generally speaking, crystalline children are born to indigos. Crystalline or not, just like hanging out with normies or muggles. It wouldn't happen. Their light bodies are even more sensitive, they're even more empathetic, so they can't really survive, like, I if they won't be able to survive in pretty significant trauma. Um, Most of their trauma is more, like, trying to fit in and being emotional. Okay, what's up? I'll take you for a walk right after this, but I know you're good, okay? Will you lie down? I would not be shocked if this puppy was a crystalline. It's like the crystalline's, like, busting into my frequency. Did you just acknowledge me? You are a crystalline. Alright, my love, what do you need? I'm gonna take one more pit stop break and try to take care of her and come back because I really wanna talk about the rainbow. So give me 1 second. Okay, come here. Lie down. Lily, lie down. I need to finish shooting, okay? And then I will take you for what you need. Listen. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Stay. Okay? Stay. Stay. Go, girl. Those of you that I have children, I don't know how you juggle these things. No, no, stay over there! I need to finish the rainbow sequence. She's, like, not having it, you guys. Hey, Lily. Alright, I'm just gonna channel with her here. You guys are gonna have to deal with it. That's what we're getting. We're gonna get best of all worlds, I think, maybe. Okay, Akashic Records. What do we got? Come here. The crystallines are the builders, the indigos are the rule breakers, the system restructurers, tearing the systems down. And then the crystallines build a new system. They weld a new system into place, bringing heaven on earth. Okay, stay here. Um, rainbows, the rainbow light body. Rainbow children are probably pretty young right now. Let's see. Hey girl, I need you to sit down. Okay, go hang out there. Okay. The rainbow light body is the new vision for humanity. It is the 5D. It's the highest vibrational frequency that's available to be channeled into, nested into the human body and the human form. Um, you can, again, like I was saying, you can shift up the levels. So you could be in an indigo vibrational frequency, move to a crystalline vibrational frequency, and then move to a rainbow vibrational frequency. So I shifted my frequency up in that order. I've been working with the rainbow light body for years. Um, Generally, it's like the more you heal, the more you expand, the more conscious and aware you become. Uh, the it kind of happens automatically. Like each shift happens, and you anchor more light into your body. So, the guides, tell me a little bit more about the rainbow light. It's when the soul gives up the fight is what they're saying to me, so there's just kind of an acceptance that this is who I am. These are the circumstances, and I'm going to thrive. So to shift into your rainbow light body, you have to have a certain amount of consciousness and awareness present to hold the structure for the rainbow light to feel safe with you because it is the most sensitive of light. It carries the full spectrum. Um, it's hyper aware. So even like they're saying to me, like my hyper levels of awareness that generally come with psychic territory, but also because I carry a rainbow light body is like I like sensitivities to foods, um, uh, sensitivities to conversations, sensitivities to people, people's energy, really, really sensitive to rooms of energy. They might be really picky eaters, picky about people, not completely always able to communicate what is going on. They're very telepathic. All of these collective light bodies are, but the rainbow body is very telepathic, like, the information's just transmitted, so there's almost less need to communicate verbally, so it's a little bit harder for them, generally speaking, to do so. It requires additional effort. These are wait, hold on, say that again? These are the coders. They're rewriting the new matrix. They're rewriting the new system that humanity will move into ultimately. So the people that come in with a rainbow light body are let's start with children. The children that come in with a rainbow light body, they're born with a rainbow light body are born to crystalline parents. Not typically indigos, but some, mostly crystalline parents. And I'm like, there are a lot of crystalline parents in their 30s and 40s now. So that makes sense. 20s, 30s, 40s. The rainbow light children come in as seemingly, or that just the percentage of autism is very high in with that light body because they're overwhelmed. It's almost like the children of this category are almost like incapable of understanding humanity. They're like, what did I drop into? And they're processing them on behalf of the collective at like light speed genius rates. But they may not be the best at social norms or communicating. And there's like a misunderstanding of what it is because it doesn't make sense to them. And this makes sense to me because I'm like, "This stuff doesn't make sense to me, but I'm an adult and I just deal with it." But it's like true authenticity without effort. Like, they refuse to be anything that they're not. And because of that, they tend to disrupt the system, but not in the way that indigos do, where the indigos are like rebels. Um, Rainbows disrupt the system because there is a blatant energetic refusal for them to downgrade their frequency or for them to mask. They don't mask. Is that right? So they're telling me they only mask when they're really asked to mask, but they don't like to, and they're pretty resentful about it. They're showing me a chameleon. So rainbows can fit in lots of different environments, but it's like the second you I don't know, and the second anything becomes emotional, they're gonna drop right back into their normal frequency. They are more elemental. They're able to is it let me look at this a little bit more. They feel a little more fairy-like. Oh, because of the rainbow bridge. So they're able to cross over the realms between the 3D and the 5D. So those of you that are doing lots of this work, you're likely working with your rainbow light body. Um, Anchoring the 5D into the 3D, bringing the light into your body, anchoring it into your body and refusing to be anything that you're not. Understanding your true authentic worth and value and staying within your true worth and value, holding your own power for yourself. They're highly virtuous. They know what matters to them most, and they're generally automatically prioritizing their life and their values without explanation. And the Akashic records are like, "These are very, very abnormal people." Oh, how fun. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? The abnormalities come in how they speak and how they share because they're speaking on behalf of their soul. So they're actually bringing a lot more DNA and a lot more remembering and memory into their daily conversations, into how they act and think, to the point where if they were to deal with, like, muggles from Harry Potter, just like normal people, those normal people will be like, "I don't understand you. You are like an alien." And it's like, "Ah, yeah, we have rainbow light bodies." Um, it's so different than the normal experience of humanity because there's a complete rejection of the inability to think, the inability to remember who you are. They don't like to blend in, they're just not interested, they're okay living out in the woods by themselves. Like, that's how much they don't care to blend in. Um, Artists, painters, musicians, they're the ones that are creating the harmony between the experiences that happen daily, like, for humans, just like the vast array of emotional experiences happening on the planet, and the 5D experience or the heaven-based experience, the soul-based experience where there is much more harmony, lots of cooperation, unconditional love. They're the bridge in between those 2 frequencies. So, they're also telling me that when rainbows feel threatened at the 3D, they move almost all of their energy up to the 5D, which can look like escapism, but actually it's that their soul can't survive in really difficult experiences. Um, so they shift their they just move their energy up more towards the soul body instead of the human body. Um, for them to anchor their full selves into their human form, there's a level of security that needs to be produced. They need to feel protected. This can be self-protection, or if these are your children, like, they need to feel safe and protected emotionally, and, like, their life isn't gonna shatter in a second. They can't, not that they can't come back, but specifically for children, because the adults, when we shift into these frequencies, we have the entire adult experience to also rely on to get ourselves out of predicaments and stuff. But for the children coming into rainbow light bodies, they really cannot handle big foundational disruption. These are not children that are being placed with parents that are in big trauma or big difficulties. They need stable environments in order to develop, and they don't choose to incarnate unless they will get that stable and safe home environment. They're very artistic. Um, those of us that shift into these frequencies as we adult, they're actually showing it to me because my a lot of my focus has been on stability and safety, emotional safety. I just like want to feel good just being myself. It's like very similar. So as we shift into these frequencies as adults, we create more safety, we create more stability for ourselves. We remove the masks, we get comfortable without masks, we get comfortable speaking our truth, being authentic, speaking the truth no matter what, being okay with promptly removing people out of our lives that can't handle our truth because that creates a pretty viable threat to our energy system. Because they're showing me like, you know, um, vampires, succubi, energy vampires, all those things with indigos is different. Indigos have the ability to like really cut it out. Rainbows are just like, whoa, it sucks a ton of their energy out. And they're saying could leave them like a husk. But if you're coming in as a rainbow, or if you have been able to adult yourself into raising your frequency to be to the rainbow light body, you're going to be able to adapt yourself and guard yourself and keep the right people around you, keep the right company, trust the trustworthy people, allow people to build trust with you, create stable environments for yourself where it's safe for you to be yourself no matter what. And that creates the safety so that if any level of lower vibrational entity or person tries to attach to you, you can easily remove them and say, get out, let them go so they don't siphon all of your energy off. Um, but they are telling me that is a threat with the rainbow light body is that you have to feel safe in order to really anchor your rainbow light body because it's very sensual. It's very like it'll flow. The second it taps into a good energy, like it'll flow with the universe. Um, it does it automatically. What else do we need to know about the rainbow light body? The rainbow light body is anchored through your keen awareness to your sense of self. It is directly related to your internal confidence and your awareness to your personal authenticity, your self expression, your voice, how you flow and how you move in the world, how you manifest, how you create change. And what they're showing me, what's really cool about working with the rainbow light body is that it's very thought based, because of the level of telepathy. It's like you're working with the universe at a very telepathic level. So the thoughts are very fast and the thoughts manifest very quickly. These are the code writers. So when we're working with the rainbow light body, how we think is creating the matrix for us to lean on, our own framework for our not only ascension, but our ability to, like, manifest in practical, like, physical reality. Um, it's a much faster manifestation process, it's not as slow as the slower light bodies. Like, once you start programming the thoughts, you can start seeing results almost immediately because we're actively rewriting the code for ourselves and for the what's going to be a new matrix, essentially. They have to be very, very mindful of their thoughts because their thoughts are creating much faster than the rest of the collective of humanity. Much, much, much faster, borderline instantaneous, which means if you got negative thoughts, you're creating a lot of negative stuff. So it's like you gotta, like, be on top of it with a rainbow light body. They tend to be more focused on self-development overall. It's a very natural part of their process of living. We can call that self-care, but it's personal development focused. They're always willing to grow and improve. They're very, very curious and very, very creative. When you work with the rainbow light body, you're given access. They're saying to the greater light body, but it's almost like they're almost showing me like God's light body. Is that a thing? I don't know. To the universal flow, I guess I would say. You're given access to the universal flow or the universal current. So you can draw in what you need and what you want really quickly. It's almost like they have immediate access to the quantum. So time is less important, in manifestation when you're working with your rainbow light body. The mystery of the rainbow light body is that it's not attached to the planet. Okay, so what does that mean? Oh, it's not anchored onto the planet. So it's very, very, very new. There are some of us that um I work with my rainbow light body. I've worked with some of my clients have rainbow light bodies in place. The Yeti code, the 1111 portal mini course goes into anchoring the rainbow light body into your physical form. But there aren't that many overall in the planet, but they're saying there are plenty, but it's not enough to anchor it into the field of the planet yet. They're telling me like 20-ish years, maybe. I'm asking them how we can work with the rainbow light body overall, or for those of you that aren't working with your rainbow light body, like how can you start? And they said you want to start working with rainbow light frequency. So that the meditation that we went through in the beginning, and if you didn't see it, you can go back after the stream. Start being in and working with the rainbow light frequency because it'll start to acclimate your body to raise in frequency to meet it. And what they're showing me is the rainbow light is like the ability to create. It's your ability to create your reality, your ability to mold your reality. You have many more frequencies of light, like many more colors to paint with, many more sounds to make sound or make music with, like, you have access to more. So, there's more selection, which also means they're telling me we're also a little picky because we have to create preference. It's part of working with the rainbow light is understanding preference. What's the preference in the moment? What do I want? What's more pleasing? It's a pleasure-based frequency. It's seeking out joy. It's living from a state of joy, living from the baseline experience of self-acceptance, and then writing the new code from that place of self-acceptance. So they're telling me the rainbow light is a mystery. They keep saying it because it hasn't been anchored in the planet. So they're showing me there are, like, co-ops around the planet of people that are carrying rainbow light bodies and children that are carrying rainbow light bodies, and there just hasn't been, like, a connection yet as far as how that becomes a thing for humanity, how it becomes practical, how we work with it, again, because the children that are born into rainbow light bodies are vastly autistic. So there's, like, a bit of a separation as far as, like, the reason why the Akashic Records are saying it's a mystery is 'cause they're like, "We're not entirely sure how the rainbow light body is going to work with humanity in general to the point where it would, like, make sense per se, because it's going to require a spontaneous expression from humanity's evolution and ascension, and the new children that will be coming onto the planet and into the ascension and all those different things working together and the elementals that we work with in between the 2 worlds and everything, that would create a spontaneous expression that then would make sense, is what they're telling to me. So it's mysterious in the way that we know that it will be a thing and that it will be held as a concrete frequency on the planet, and then, like, through the 100th monkey, like, once a certain amount of humans get it, it will move to more of them, and it will become more normalized, but we're in, like, a beta testing protocol phase right now, is what I'm hearing from spirit with the rainbow light body, so it's like, we're beta testing. Here are some things that are working, here's some things that are not working, but those of you that are adults that figure it out, it's really fun. But you have to create, like, a very they're showing me, like, off-roading, off-grid experience. Like, you have to be very, very okay with who you are and be very okay with being a more, like, polarizing personality, um, because the rainbow light is just not common. It's like seeing a mother effing unicorn. So, when other humans see someone with a rainbow light body, they're either freaked out, run away, wonder if they're real, wanna poke them. What is that? There's, like, a total just like, "What?" There's, like, a missing recognition for most of humanity to recognize that as a human. They come off as angelics a lot of time, earth angels. Let me check into that because I feel like a lot of them have rainbow light bodies. Earth angels are mostly crystalline light bodies, and some have rainbow light bodies. The access to the rainbow light body has to be, it's done through your destiny contracts with source. So, essentially, you have to get clearance to work with your rainbow light body. Probably because of the risk of not fitting in. So if it wasn't part of your destiny to stand out in one way or another, or you couldn't handle it, source isn't going to allow you to then do that because I mean, now that I'm seeing this and channeling it, I'm like, you know what? This makes a lot of sense because people do kind of acknowledge me as a unicorn and it does make it very, very hard to maintain relationships and fit in a lot of different ways. And I'm okay with that. I'm built for that. And that's why I have this access. Um, But that's their point. You have to be the baseline for the rainbow light body is being completely authentic and being 1,000% okay with being authentic and being a sore thumb. In that way, a lot of both intensely dark and intensely light um, people attention, not in the way that indigos do. It's not the fighter stance. It's more like when you see a really bright light or you see a star, like you're gonna there's a polarizing factor to that. Either people will like them or not. There's always a reaction because these people are holding so much light that it illuminates the shadows and it amplifies the light like a sun, like it's way too bright. So it kind of can turn can turn people off that aren't ready for it. And then the ones that are ready for it are your ride or dies. And that tends to be the situation. There's like this intense attraction or intense repulsion. And all of that takes a certain level of real, rooted personal confidence and authenticity to shine and to know that you're always going to affect someone, even if the interactions aren't deep. Now, they're also telling me the caveat here, you can work with the rainbow light without anchoring your rainbow light body. So if that feels intense for you, what I just described, then work with the rainbow light, but just don't anchor it into your body. Spirit is only going to allow you to anchor it into your body if it's right for you. And things like the Yeti code, my program, like you'll only be guided to that if it's meant for you because spirit is either going to call you into it or it will repel you away from it. Because that what they mentioned is it has to do with the destiny contracts. That's really cool. I'm happy that we went through all of this. I'm gonna ask them if they have any, like, parting messages here, and then I'm gonna go take care of the puppy. The um, the rainbow light people with the rainbow light body are building the new energetic neural pathway, but they're telling me it's gonna take time because there aren't that many on the planet. Um, okay, that's cool. So tell me the benefit again if we work with rainbow light, like, how fun could that be? The purpose of working with rainbow light is to increase your creativity. That is both like what you manifest. Like when I talk about creativity, it comes in a million different ways, right? So if you are a creative person, then you become more creative when you work with rainbow light. If you are just looking to build an incredible life and manifest the life of your dreams, work with rainbow light because it's going to allow you to be more creative, which will allow you to take the blinders off of your experience and be able to see with curiosity the potential and the possibilities that are in front of you. It'll allow you to tap into more pleasure-based learning instead of fear or pain-based learning, and it'll hold a higher standard for you in love. So anyone struggling with more codependent love, wanting to completely release that out, working with rainbow light will be helpful because it's going to shift you into the unconditional state of love between you and others, which again might mean that you're shuffling people out of your life because if there isn't unconditional love, then the rainbow light tends to not tolerate it. It's like if you're allergic to peanuts, if you're allergic to conditional love and then someone hands you peanuts, you're like, "Whoa, like, get that out of here. That is an allergen, and I'm gonna have to, like, put an EpiPen in because" whatever it is, like, because I have that allergen, right? I knew I was gonna disrupt her by getting loud like that. How the light body's gonna be affected by the dark night of the soul in January. Well, they said it was a call to arms. The crystalline so when they were saying holding the hearts of people that are gay, people that are gay are mostly crystalline light. So it's holding the hearts of the higher vibrational light bodies. The indigos will be fighting, um, because that's what they do. I'm gonna have to get off here in a sec because she's, like, not having this. She's like, "Take me on a walk." Like, "I want to go for a walk." The more you work with rainbow light in general, it's just gonna open up possibility, creativity. It's like working with the quantum where you open up a reality that didn't exist for you. Escaping negativity and just, like, producing wormholes is what I'm hearing. Like, the rainbow light's gonna be really great to get out of sticky situations quickly and just open up new miraculous experiences so that you can have a more pleasurable experience, even going through a dark night of the soul with the country. Okay, let me just check in with the records again, and then we'll go at your request. Thank you for being patient. I think that's what I got for you guys. If you enjoyed this stream, let me know down in the comments. I will read through more of these after I get off the stream because I got to take the pup out. Um, and if you didn't catch the beginning, Joyride Meditation Series, 30 meditations in 30 days to raise your vibrational frequency is open for enrollment with a fabulous promo code for cyber stuff, Black Friday. If you haven't seen the Yeti code yet, the 1111 portal, that link is below with a promo code as well, which is all about anchoring your rainbow light body into your physical body. You'll know whether or not that's for you. You can just sit with your hand on your heart and ask your higher self if you're feeling it or questioning it, if it is for you or not. Oh my God, she's literally getting in front of the camera. Like, are you watching this right now? Those are all the things. I will see you guys soon. We will be talking more about this stuff in the future because I love the mystery school topics. So thank you for joining me, all of you. Oh my gosh, thank you for my comments. I will see you all soon. Enjoy your evening. Bye.